Hello Aries, welcome to a Timeless Justice for Aries reading where we discuss the topic of justice. However, the energies of one of the two sister channels that I run would like to have the conversation, which on this channel belongs to the energies of Sekhmet. Bear in mind that whatever brings you here, however you are affiliated to the terminology of Aries, is in true form or any other reason why you are maybe here. Bear in mind that you have tapped into a collective reading that I, 7th, am holding at this time. This is not a personal one-to-one connection that you and I have no time for. So please please keep in mind that the energies that I interpret as 7th, not only will I deliver these insights as the highest form of vibrational context available to me, however, the energies are meant to be in true form. However, even if you are the listener and find that any of the energies are to be merciful and are merciless to you. As already mentioned, this is one of two sister energies that I run. The channel that you can get to of Bastek can be found via the description box below. You will also find some way or another access to my website where you can find out more information as to who I am, 7th, and book any services that I have made available for you at this time. Whatever is the process to receiving some sort of service of me is in true form to it being the way it is. Right? They, as of lately, are triggering my ego and needing to add that into the intro. So, pardon me that I get a little sassy. Most importantly, remember that feminine and masculine energies with the upcoming storytelling time are non-gender specific. However, femininity are both feminine and masculine. Masculinity also is feminine and masculine. Lastly, I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. Alright, justice for Aries. I was just about to say please, like, honestly, cute. When it comes to permission and mannerisms and how to speak, there are ways that, yes, because this is a message, this is a message for Aries, right? When it comes to be the leader of Aries, there's a certain form of appeal to the hashtag facts. To understand that at least in the United States, apparently, I think there's like more chances than not, don't fucking quote me on this shit, that most presidents of the United States, most leaders, or most prolific, prominent leadership type role does rack up to be Aries. Now, personally, on a private, just me, little Sangreen, and all the Sangreens of the existence of the world have had associations in family with Aries. And when it comes to the ego sun sign being different, not of Aries, I have a different personal take and insight and a personal encounter with the so-called impressions of what it could mean for someone of Aries to be Aries and how it can be a generalization. And a lot of it has value to be like, yeah, I resonate with that. Leaders. And then there's T, quite literally. Not every fucking Aries, just like every other person, is not easy to be with or to act with. Maybe some of the collective generalizations of Aries' problem is using nice words and mannerisms when it's not their way. That's where they tend to bite. They tend to kind of let go of the bulldozer and don't give a shit what happens to anything outside of themselves, let alone somebody else's emotions in the heat of an argument. So, oh, look at that. Oh, funny. Funny. So when I said in my private little world, I didn't mention the sun ego that is not of Aries. I am Virgo. Hermit energy is here. And I laugh because in the timeline of 2024, even previously, you've been inundated with like Virgo being so fucking loud in your damn reading and it driving you crazy, like nuts. Whether that's in, oh yeah, I have a Virgo in my life and I have a great relationship. Yeah, all right, keep talking though. You're gonna come into some sort of clusterfuck, aren't you? After you have your gratefulness and gratitude out of the way, what's the real tea? What's the real perspective on what it means to be inundated by Virgo drama? Now, here's the kicker. Galaxy, in the way that we generalize Aries, has been generalized to be a Virgo energy. So congratulations, you're fucked. For those of you who had a challenging perspective on like, oh no, Virgo, my nemesis. Yeah, you're Virgo, Galaxy, nemesis. Fucked, alright? And for all shits and giggles, I love it. I love it. This is good. You need to practice your internal mannerisms. You need to learn how to communicate better. You need to learn how to argue. Come across a Virgo, like me, we will debate. Now, someone as challenging as maybe Aries energy will trigger the shit out of my emotions first, which, when my mind and my emotions are at an influx, my body tends to let go of the emotions first. So you may see me cry, and you may think my crying is weakness, but boy, do I have the arsenal of bullets right attached to the things that made me cry. And the patience for Aries to be in that wisdom is so claustrophobic for Aries that they don't have time for that shit. They don't have time to deal with the bleep 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 that the Virgo ironically also does not do. They can run a long ass monologue. And then for some odd, beautiful reason, still give you a mystified approach. Like, is this problem resolved or... It's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. The reason why I'm saying it's glorious is because I'm seeing the inner searcher losing their shit. Like, wait, what am I supposed to do? The inner child is going, what? The inner teenager is saying, fuck this shit. The inner adult is like, you got me fucked up. Why? Because you need to understand feminine energy that both makes the feminine of you and the masculine of you. You need to. It is in your best interest to learn in one way or another how your brain will match up to the idea of what was an intro to this reading. That feminine has both feminine and masculine. That masculine has both feminine and masculine. Now, if you had some fucked up relationships in the past, it's because you didn't understand how to cater the emotions very well. And you took for granted the speed of your action. You didn't know how to bring the two personalities of yourselves together into one. And some of y'all did so much work that you literally had two people and thought that these two people are going to be okay with a half of the attention of you to them. I'm here, you fuck with the wrong ladies. You fuck with the wrong ladies. Alright? Again, non-gender specific. So the inner femininity of emotions within you, Aries, is crying out loud. And the inner feminine energies of fire is ready to throw up hands. It's a clusterfuck. It's too much. It's too much. And you need to learn how to wheel it in. You want to be a master puppeteer here, but you can't be somehow a master puppeteer of yourself. You're getting a little lost here. Why am I saying that? Because this card is here. Something is wishy-washy. Something is not quite clear. Loyalty to that of which it is you do not know of. And that is where spirituality can come in. This is where religion can come in. This is where indoctrination of you could occur. This is where #conspiracies, the Matrix, is plausible. Page of Cups. You know, there's a lot of crying that happens because, like a chihuahua, too small, too afraid of anything bigger than it. Although it doesn't have any idea how small it actually is. It's just everything else is bigger. So it doesn't necessarily make it small. It's the lesson of the chihuahua. Oh, Aries. What is the lesson of the chihuahua? The Tower. Oh, Aries. Yeah. Look at that. You have high dreams. You have high expectations of yourself, all right? And then there is a lack of maturation. A lack of putting your money where your mouth is. There's a lack of sharpening your blade. Yeah. But look how possible it is. Look how important it actually is for the 9 of Pentacles to come out for you. How yeah. Like, come on. The material world is not ugly. It really isn't. You have a lot of things that you're grateful for, right? There's a lot of things that you have in your immediate 6 feet here and that you've manifested and are proud of. Whether that's because you paid for that shit, you worked your ass for that shit. So let's look in the mirror. Let's look deep into the philosophies and the character upholdings that it takes and requires to have a relationship with anyone outside of yourself. Alright, we have the 2 of Pentacles here with Ace of Wands and the Strength card. Yeah. Step into your beautiful self, alright? Embracing the need to gain strength, literally strength. That's physical strength, mental strength, alright? Needing to do stretches, gaining muscle, alright? To help you come to terms with how to bring the emotional into a more better aligned focus. It's easier, it's better, it provides mental wellness. Alright. There's a huge shift in the collective of changing words, alright? Instead of saying someone killed somebody, they say they unalived them. So the collective overall is learning how to change the perspective of something they cannot control. There is not much interest to show you where this is going to go, because there's too much yet to feel and explored with what you already have. For a lot of you, some of the shit has not reached a shore and had a chance to like mellow out, and it's time for that to happen. So you already have everything required to get to shore. So only when you reach it then will you then understand the finite ways to improve anything then for, let's say, the nearest future. Alright, with that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning or night wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.